So we have 8 male students' weights in pounds recorded here, and we're going to find the standard deviations of these weights. And just to be clear, this data was a sampling, and so we're going to use the sample standard deviation here. So the first thing we need to do is find the mean of our data. And so to do that, we'll go ahead and just add up all of our data. We add up all of our data here, which adds up to 1,400, and divide it by the number of data values. We got 8 data values, and we end up with a mean of 175. So now we can take each value and find our deviation from the mean. So for the weight of 165, the deviation would be, that's not the right number, it should be the mean. Minus 175 is negative 10 is our deviation there. For 145, we got 145 minus 175 is negative 30. For 160, we got negative 15, and so on for the rest of the values. So now that we have all the deviations calculated, now we can go and find our squared deviations. So we're going to do that by squaring each of these values. So negative 10 squared is 100. Negative 30 squared is 900. 15 squared is 225. 25 squared is 625. Sorry, negative 25 squared, but when we square it, it becomes negative. It becomes positive. 5 squared is 25. 45 squared is 2045. 25 squared is 625, and 5 squared is 25. And now we'll go ahead and add all those up, and the sum of all of our deviations is 4550. So remember that standard deviation is found by finding the sum of the squared deviations, and then dividing by either n or n minus 1. N if it's from the population, or n minus 1 if it's from the sample. So we're going to take our sum of squared deviations here, and because this is from a sample, we're going to divide by n minus 1. So we're going to take our 4550 and divide it by 7, which is 1 less than our number of data, which was 8 pieces of data. So we go ahead and divide that, and we end up with 650. Again, that's what we call variance. And then our standard deviation will be the square root of that variance. So the square root of 650 is about 25.5. It's actually like 25.4951, but again, typically we round to one more decimal place than our original data had. And so our standard deviation is 25.5 pounds. Standard deviation is measured in the same units as the original data. So there is the standard deviation.